Hey guys, welcome back to more Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. So in this video, we're going to be doing the, hang on, I don't need the shield anymore. We're going to be doing the Happy Mask Shop trading sequence. We just gotta wait for morning to come so that we can get into Hyrule Town. Yep, that's where I'm doing more side quests.
And the drawbridge is lowering.
Yep, that's right, Rob's with me.
Yep, I'm here. Love that overhead view.
But first... Just as we suspected.
Ooh, may he rest in peace.
And they actually put that in the game.
Well, this is Legend of Zelda, not Kirby. Although Kirby 2 is also, oh, it's him. The mask salesman.
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
Wait, save that for Majora's Mask, will you? He'll be even more popular if that thing had yellow cheeks. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it.
Uh-huh. That spinning couple. How Disney World animatronic can you get?
I was hoping he had something to say about what happened with,
Ganondorf.
and Zelda. Yeah.
I guess that wasn't his shift.
Before we deliver, the mask we just got... I just gotta take care of something really quickly. Tell everyone what you're eating.
I actually made the HelloFresh meal tonight. We had turkey patties and some sort of a bulgur dish.
Salad.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh! Yep. I've got just enough. I got 2 more magic beans to buy, I think. Hey, Rob!
Yes.
Come back so we can... So I can show you what happens.
Sorry, I was just putting away my dish.
Okay. Absolutely.
Uh-oh, sundown.
We just barely made it.
Yep.
So earlier today, I was in Times Square because I saw the company revival. Really brilliantly done, by the way. And before the show, I decided to wander around Nintendo NY, and you're not going to believe what I saw there.
What? Tell me.
An N64 controller for the Switch. Obviously, for N64 digital.
Exactly. They have those controllers for the NES and Super NES as well. Not to mention the Genesis.
Ah, old school gaming.
Yep. You remember, kids, Genesis did what Nintendo didn't back then.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, back then the competition was F-I-E-R-C-E. Fierce.
The Sega Genesis, my first ever gaming console.
Mine too. By the way, have any of you been playing Sonic Origins? If not, then there's no shame in that. Just wanted to point it out. I have, and
Okay, yeah, keep going.
I was gonna say that a lot of the remastered Sonic games on there are basically derived from the mobile versions that you see on the iPhone. Yeah, you can play as Tails and Knuckles in the earlier games. Not to mention, well, actually, except for Sonic CD, you can't play as Knuckles in that one. Not sure why, but I guess Amy Rose fawning over Knuckles should be saved for the later games. Because, well, potatoes. Yeah. But also, I was gonna say, also, you can finally play the entirety of Sonic 3 and Knuckles as one big thing.
Like they originally wanted it to.
Yep. It was only split into 2 parts because of time constraints.
Oh, by the way, being in Hyrule Field
Yeah.
gave me flashbacks of the original Legend of Zelda for the NES.
Really now?
Yep. Tell us a little bit about Sega's console history, starting with the Master System.
Okay, the Master System. And I'm a little rusty on Sega history besides why Sonic came to be. But I will say that their original mascot was intended to be the character of Alex Kidd.
The Monkey Kid.
Or the monkey-like kid, yeah.
He's gonna play a big role in the sequel to this game, isn't he?
Who, Alex Kidd?
No, that kid.
Oh, yes. Yes, he is. As will the mask seller.
You should see the salesman's expression, the face that he gives when you don't have the money for the mask. Seriously.
I believe you.
And seriously.
Seriously. Seriously? Seriously.
Okay, so tell me more about Sega and their console history.
Well, obviously, Sega needed they needed a massive hook in order to compete with Nintendo, because back in the late 80s and back in the late 80s, yeah, definitely late 80s, and a teensy little bit in the 90s, well, at least until 1991, Nintendo essentially dominated the gaming world. So Sega needed something in order to compete.
I mean, they had Mario, who was fun, and Link, who was cool.
I mean, sure, they didn't have Kirby, who was cute, or Pokemon, which actually has a really good sense of world building.
Those came later.
Or Splatoon, which was competitive online, and not to mention Donkey Kong was still in his primordial arcade form before Rare got a hold of him. So yeah, I was just pointing that out. But anyway, yeah, Sega needed that kind of character. They needed a character who would actually make Sega a household name. And their original idea was a rabbit who could pick things up with his ears and toss them at the enemies. But they realized they were going to need something in order to... they needed something else to that character in order to actually make him stand out. So they decided that the character should run fast. But then they realized if we were going to have a rabbit who ran fast, shouldn't he not pick things up with his ears and toss them at foes, because that would just break the pace? So they decided he would just, like, the character would run into them, or like jump into them, something like that. They were thinking either an armadillo or a hedgehog for that. Needless to say, the armadillo did not get chosen.
Until later.
Yeah. In fact, it wasn't just a rabbit before they went with the hedgehog. They actually came up with a lot of characters. Let's see. They came up with a bulldog who, well, was just a bulldog. They had a rather patriotic coyote or wolf. They came up with a chicken. They came up with a Bart Simpson-like kid. And they even came up with a character who would eventually become the nemesis of our beloved hedgehog.
A Theodore Roosevelt lookalike in pajamas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait a minute. A Theodore Roosevelt lookalike. What other video game character can we think of that looks like Theodore Roosevelt?
Besides Eggman?
Yep, I was referring to him.
I already said that the character who would eventually become the nemesis of our beloved hedgehog.
Oh, by the way, the whole rabbit concept with him grabbing things with his ears, wasn't that reused for a later game?
Yeah, Rystar.
I've played that on several occasions.
Me too. It was unlockable on Sonic Mega Collection. I could never get past the first or second stage, though, for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Story of me and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. So, let's get back to the hedgehog character that they created.
Let's see. They picked the color blue for him because it was Sega's, because it was Sega, and then the shoes they based off of Michael Jackson, and a teensy bit off of Santa Claus for I don't know what reason. And not to mention his attitude was, believe it or not, based off of Bill Clinton and his get the job done sort of added character. Wow, how could a small child have 30 rupees on them?
Mm-hmm.
Must belong to a rich family.
Either that or he found them from snooping around the graves all day.
I pick up coins whenever I can too. I'm guilty.
So, okay. With the character.
Oh look, is that Anju?
I did that mini game already.
She plays a much bigger role in the sequel.
Okay, so back to the character creation.
Yeah. So yes, obviously we all know that Sonic rolls into enemies and the little animals pop out. One of those little animal friends, the Flicky Bird, was the star of a much earlier Sega game called Flicky. Flicky had to...
Wasn't that an arcade game?
Yeah, I believe so. Anyway, little Flicky had to collect these little chickies, little yellow chickies.
Chirp.
Chirps, as they're called. Yeah, and save them from these little cats and iguanas.
Tiger cats and eggy iguanas.
Yeah. Chickadee the chickadee. Seriously, I was actually like years ago I was telling a friend of mine how the little animal friends in Sonic actually had names. As once I was telling him them, he immediately thought of the woodland critters from South Park, and how silly their names were. I can even imagine the Trey Parker narrator explaining the animal friends. And so the blue hedgehog had many animal friends. There was Flicky the bird, Clucky the chicken, Pocky the rabbit, Ricky the squirrel, Rocky the walrus, And Picky the Pig.
Okay, we gotta find that one guy who's always running all over Hyrule Field.
The mailman? Oh wait, that was from a later game.
Okay, so did they give this hedgehog character a name?
Yes, Sonic. Because it goes at supersonic speed. Oh, I think that's the guy, isn't it?
Yep, I see him. Let's arm ourselves.
In Smash Brothers, that lets you go fast.
And jump higher.
Yup. Wow. All that money.
Watch the counter go up and up and up and up.
Uh-huh.
When you sell the bunny hood to that one character, make sure that you have the giant's wallet on you, like I do.
Yes.
Because your wallet will get maxed out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take care of one more small task before we head back to town.
Ooh, nice little sun particles there. Little light particles. Navi's calling you.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Okay. Did I ever tell you I played this back on the Wii?
The Weep?
I said the Wii.
Oh. The magic beans are kind of why I wanted to do the Happy Mouse quest.
Right. That character eating the beans reminds me of Whizpig from Diddy Kong Racing. I think it's the fact that his teeth are basically not represented by little dots in the mouth rather than actual polygons.
Well, that's it for bean buying.
Whee! I'm swimming.
It's raining!
That's right, Heifer.
Which one? Which one? Ringing.
Tickets? Yes! I've got the tickets! Yes! Tickets? Yes! Oh, the tickets! Here we are! Look at the tickets!
Look at all
Look at
the
tickets! A ticket for you! And a ticket for you! And tickets for everybody! Now we can all go!
Rocco's Modern Life, people. That show still holds up.
And I think it's more relatable now that we're adults.
It is. That's why I said it still holds up. Because obviously Joe Murray and his people were writing with adults in mind as well. Oh, wow.
Creepy. Okay. Okay, so, as the years went on for the Sega Genesis,
Yes.
they gave it a CD add-on, which was pretty nifty.
Yep, the Sega CD.
It had a game called Night Trap, which sparked a lot of controversy.
It also starred Dana Plato of Different Strokes. Or was that another game?
No. It was,
Yep.
You were correct.
Yep, I was right. Remember, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. You take the good, you take the bad, you get them both, and there you have the facts of life.
What?
Man, 2001 Nick at Night had some really good shows in there.
Nick at Night, home of the classics.
Mm-hmm. Back in
So-
the sorry, you were gonna say?
Gabba 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 gabba. You talk too much, darling. But it's too late now. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, back in the 90s, Nick at Night used to show shows from the 50s, in the 60s and the 70s. But as I got older, they started showing shows from the 80s. And
What
then-
about the 70s?
What do you mean, what about the 70s?
Did they show shows from the 70s too?
Yeah, at least probably up until, I don't know, probably...
Happy Days.
Yep.
That's the one I remember the most.
Let's see. They showed I Love Lucy. They showed The Partridge Family. They showed, let's see, Gilligan's Island.
Sorry, I'm just trying to, let's see. Okay, so, shortly after the Sega CD was released, they made another add-on for the Genesis.
The 32X. And if you're wondering what that was,
It was pointless.
it was life support. That's what it was. The only worthwhile game on there was Knuckles Chaotix, and even that seemed a little, how should I say this? Oh yeah, underwhelming.
What do you mean, underwhelming?
I don't know, I guess it just didn't have it just kind of lacked the soul of the major Sonic games. And I'm not saying because of the additional characters or the tag team thing. Those were actually what made the game interesting. I guess it's just like the art style and the lack of enemies and I guess and perhaps the overall presentation of the game itself just felt lacking.
Well, that's the first upgrade. I can always tell which ones lead back to Kokiri Forest. Just
How?
look for the diamonds. Or the polygons in the pathways.
Ah, right.
See amount of soil, plant a bean.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're here... Okay. I need to bomb an area somewhere around here.
And you found it.
There is a glitch that prevents you from getting this upgrade later on. Alakazam!
Alakazam!
Abra.
Kadabra!
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No matter.
Look at that capacity. Missed. Missed again.
And you got it.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun. There's this one room I want to go to while I'm here.
Nice.
So yeah, the 32X was... all it was life support. But weren't they coming out with, what was it called? Oh yeah, the,
Saturn?
no,
The Neptune?
yeah, thank you. The Neptune.
Yeah. Yeah, that was forever trapped in development.
HE double hockey stick.
Yep.
So tell us what the Neptune was going to be.
If anything, I think it was going to be their 32-bit game. Or actually, wait, that was the 32X. It was going to be their 64-bit console.
Okay, so right now I'm just trying to find my way to... You see the map?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for a way to get to the chamber in the upper left-hand side of that map. Sometimes navigating those maps can be confusing and frustrating.
Sure can.
Don't really need anything here.
You already have the red tunic, right?
That's not gonna come until later.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I've got the strategy down now. So yeah, the Sega Saturn came out instead of the Neptune.
Yep. And it did good in Japan, but in the States, no, not that much. Yeah. Also, one particular reason behind its failure was there wasn't a Sonic game on there.
There was supposed to be, wasn't there?
Yeah, Sonic Extreme. But they just couldn't. They
Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they.
Tell us a little bit more about Sonic Extreme.
Yeah. Okay, Sonic Extreme, if you watch old video footage of it, you'll see that a lot of it eventually became Sonic Lost World. Like the rotating worlds, rotating landscapes.
Oh, I've seen gameplay footage of that, and it made me nauseous.
Yeah.
Needless to say, it's no wonder it didn't get a release.
Another build of the game was gonna be, I guess, almost similar to Mario 64, but and I think Metal Sonic and the really obscure character of Knack the Weasel were gonna be boss fights in there.
Sweet.
Well, also another Sonic game that was let's see, there was Sonic games for the Saturn. They just weren't necessarily official per se. There was Sonic 3D Blast, which was a port of Blast, one of the Sonic.
Hey,
Genesis.
I like Sonic 3D Blast.
No, I got you. I understand why. It's unique. Also, then there was also, well, I said it wasn't official. It was made by Traveler's Tales, don't forget. Then there was Sonic R, which had a very interesting soundtrack. And who knew Amy Rose could drive a car? And then there was Sonic Jam, because while Sonic...
That was the replacement for Sonic Extreme.
Yep. And there's a reason behind that, because, well, okay. While Sonic himself didn't have an actual game on there was Nights into Dreams, which is what you may call a very underrated gem.
I don't want to waste my bomb, so I'm just going to do bomb flowers.
Good idea.
What was the underrated gem you spoke of just now?
Nights into Dreams.
Oh, yeah!
Now, certain Saturn players were were a little confused about it because, well, it wasn't the game itself. It was just the fact that it was made by the Sonic team. This confused the gamers because they, believe it or not, did not know who Sonic was. yeah, while Sonic was a household word in the States, he didn't find the same success in Japan. So much that he kind of fell into obscurity in 5 years' time around in Japan. So Sega, wanting to remind the Japanese audiences who Sonic was, came up with Project Sonic, a campaign to feature him in as many games as possible, and to show them and to have them get to know him. And what better way to do that than with Sonic Jam?
And we've reached the 45-minute mark, and we're gonna stop this video for now, so we will see you next time.